The pressure is on Bayern Munich. Deadline has been set, not for De Ligt, but inadvertently set for De Ligt. Jonathan Tah and a Bayer Leverkusen deadline tonight for Bayern Munich to make their bid and make their intentions with the German defender. Interesting developments on that. We're going to get into detail on that. Of course, Ten Hag has been talking in his first press conference ahead of the Manchester derby. We could probably call it the first real press conference ahead of the new season, talking about what it can only be described as rinse and repeat. Here we go again. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's back four, all out injured. Christ, tonight, Jesus. We've got a bid apparently in for Berge. He is wanting that Manchester United move. Everybody, for some reason, has convinced themselves that Berge is now a decent player for Manchester United. Where have all the doubters gone? Where was you when you were just looking at the stats of where he's been relegated with and who he's actually coming from? We'll see. We'll talk about that. Details on that. All of our updates from Manchester United. Plenty to get into. And I want to get your thoughts and your comments on all of this as well, guys. So if you're in the live chat now, get commenting. Get liking the video, 700 likes. Simple task for you guys. I'm sure you can do it. You love the channel, you love the content, it's completely free. Give it a like. And while you're at it, you might as well subscribe so you never miss any of the content. Hopefully YouTube's notifications actually work. Apparently some of them haven't been working very well recently. But make sure you hit the notification, the bell anyway, and you should get notification when the actual content is on. But I want to get into what's happening with United. First of all, where are we at transfer front? We've always got to start with transfers. Let's start with positives, shall we? Are there any? I'm only joking. Let's get into what's actually going on with, in particular, Matthijs de Ligt. Now, it's not so much a headline around Matthijs de Ligt that we're talking about tonight. It's more from the Bayern Munich side of things and the pressure coming on them, which is come from Florian Plettenberg. Now, we all know that Jonathan Tah is a target, a replacement. Everybody who's anybody knows that Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen is Matthijs de Ligt's replacement. Bayern Munich cannot move forward with Jonathan Tah until they have sold Matthijs de Ligt. But now, Bayer Leverkusen, and this has come from Plettenberg, Leverkusen have set a deadline for Bayern Munich regarding the transfer of Jonathan Tah, which expires at exactly 1 minute to 12 tonight. Exactly that. Leverkusen want planning security, but Tah is determined to make the move. So basically, from that planning security, Bayern Munich 100% putting their name onto Jonathan Tah. They need to move forward. They need to move forward with their own transfers. They need their replacements and how they're going to spend Jonathan Tah's money. The deadline is not meant to affect the players' side and the agent. Tah wants to move to Bayern as soon as Matthijs de Ligt will join Manchester United, regardless of when in August it happens. So, Leverkusen want full commitment from Bayern Munich that this deal is happening. They want to make sure that they have got their money for Jonathan Tah. Bayern Munich would need to have that money in place to fully commit to that request that Bayer Leverkusen have put in. So Bayer Leverkusen have pretty much inadvertently set a deadline on Bayern Munich's work in trying to get Matthijs de Ligt out of their club, which brings Manchester United to the table because, of course, yes, Manchester United want Matthijs de Ligt. There is more on this. I'm going to read through a few more snippets on this one. Let me just bring it up now. No, so basically, regardless of the potential sale of Matthijs de Ligt, Tah will not join Bayern Munich. So, Bayer Leverkusen, for this deadline, want commitment from Bayern Munich. So, if de Ligt goes to Manchester United and Bayern Munich haven't actually committed to Jonathan Tah, he won't go. He won't go to Bayern Munich. So they're basically forcing the hand of Bayern Munich. And that's come out from Kicker as well, the German correspondent, and a couple of other journalists from over in Germany. So as well as Plettenberg, there is also backup from the journalist publications as well that Bayern Munich will have to respond to Bayer Leverkusen's request. Now, I don't know how serious these requests are and these deadlines are when they sit over there in the Bundesliga. I don't know how they act or how they operate. If that was said to be the case in the Premier League, I'd have laughed it off, to be honest. I'd have said, yeah, right. That's basically like West Ham giving the ultimatum to Manchester City on a player that they want to buy. They'd be like, yeah, whatever. we're still going to buy him. Doesn't matter. I don't know how the Germans work. Are they more structured that way? Are they more upfront and have an understanding that this is how it works over there? I don't know. But it's quite clear. Plettenberg has said Leverkusen want a result. They want a response from Bayern Munich, full commitment, and that has to come by 12 o'clock tonight. So, looking at that, obviously that does sort of bring in the De Ligt, like we said. But will it move Bayern Munich on their price? That's the ultimate question. And all Man United care about is, are we going to get Matthias De Ligt at the right price? And that, like we said earlier on today, is now rumoured to be about 30 million. They are really pushing it to United. You've got to give Ineos credit for sticking to the guns with these transfers. 30 million when Bayern Munich want 50 plus add-ons, euros that is. So I think we're at about that £42 million mark, 40 million mark, I think is where Bayern are at. Manchester United 10 million off. So when everyone's talking about how close United and Bayern Munich are together on this deal, I don't actually think that it is that close. Manchester United, bang, 30 million, go for it, boys. Seriously, I'm all for it. I don't care. Player wants to come. United know the position. They know what position Bayern are in. They have to sell, and United are playing their cards. They are. And Leverkusen inadvertently have played a trump card for Manchester United in pushing this through. Yeah, it's not going to get the deal over the line. It's not going to get it done, but we may get some noises out of the deal in pushing this forward a little bit more, because we do need to start moving forward with it now for obvious reasons, which we're going to discuss after what Ten Hag was talking about in his press conference today. But that is to come. First of all, let's get into your comments on De Ligt and whether you think this has any significance at all. Hi Adam, I was looking at Edison last night from Atalanta. Looks very good. He is very good, Kyle. On the ball, if we don't get Agate, I would take Edison, but mainly want Agate. I just hope PSG lower their price tag. At the moment, the difference in prices between United and PSG for Agate is, I think, more than 12 million. It ain't happening. That's a big jump. It is. It depends. You know what? I look at it and I go, will United jump any higher for De Ligt or Agate? Who would they jump higher for? The further away for PSG's price for Agate, but Bayern Munich, if they get the price from Bayern Munich for Matthias De Ligt, then will they reinvest that money into Agate or another midfielder? Because there are a lot of noises coming out as well about Manchester United. As you can see it going across the bottom of your screen, United will definitely buy a midfielder this transfer window. It's 100% guaranteed. They want to bring in 2 midfielders. I think we will get 2 still. I do. I don't think we'll get Agate. I don't. Not unless we have a miraculous turnaround. I just think PSG are too ignorant, too arrogant to drop their price for Manuel Agate. So I just don't see it happening. And in that case, I see Manchester United going down the other road. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. But Tar definitely going still. Don't see any lowering any price for us, says Bjorn. Gabriel says, yeah, I am fine. Had a nice vacation. Good for you, Gabriel. Shouldn't have really read that one. Roll on Saturday when we can talk about football instead of who will she, won't she. Yes, I know what you mean by that, Jeffrey. I am looking forward to normal football. Keep your comments coming in, guys. How many times will that deadline move? I don't think there has been one. I think Manchester United's deadline is the 1st of September, and they're not bothered. They will take it all away. I really wish they wouldn't, but I think the finances and the stubbornness of other clubs has dictated that United are just going to have to chance their arm, and it's going to go all the way to the end of the transfer window. There's nothing else that we can do about it as fans. We can just sit here and watch it back. Wow, over 150 likes, 8 minutes in. Keep them coming in, guys. Well over 800 in the room with us right now. Share the video as well. Get your comments in. Let's get more people into this debate. Any news on Luke Shaw, Adam? If he is injured again, he has to go. Tartan trouble. Did you watch the video at lunchtime? I kind of did tee it up. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, mate. Stay tuned there, but that is coming in this show, guys. Problems. That's all I'm going to say. And a lot of upset United fans. God. It's a pain. Oh, fucking injuries. Oh, my God. Yes. Quick mention to Gabriel, who has just donated 5 memberships into the chat. Thank you so much. Kieran has got one of them. Bradley has got one. Charles Van Olsen has got one as well. Dino and Dublin Games. Welcome to the Members Club. Shaw being injured again just proves he needs to be sold as soon as possible. He can't be relied on, says Dino. Are you all jumping the gun? You want this early news, don't you? Like now, I did say earlier on. Louisa said he would have liked Regulon. Looks like we are going to go with Amas, though. Literally, like getting into the press conference and what Tanak said, there is a really good chance that Man United may have to play Amas when we get into that detail. If you haven't heard it already or listened to the press conference, stay with us. Don't ruin it. We are going to talk about what Ten Hag said and bring up the quotes from that presser as well, because it is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Nearly 200 likes. Thank you, guys. 900 in the room. Loving it. Keep it coming. 10 minutes in. Loving the chat, guys, as well. Big opportunity for Amas, says Liam. Yes, it is. I want to move quickly and swiftly on to the stories regarding our man Sander Berge. That is one player that has had a social media 180 in terms of opinions and whether he's good enough, isn't it? It is. Manchester United are preparing a bid of around about 25 million, including add-ons. That's the story going around at the moment for Sander Berge in terms of Manchester United and where they're at. He is a genuine, and we said this earlier on, genuine target for Manchester United. We were talking about advanced talks going ahead with Sander Berge and Burnley. He is happy. Personal terms will not be a problem for Manchester United and Sander Berge. It will be a case of agreeing that fee again with Burnley. Is he worth 25 million? Is that a good price? We looked at it before, and my man Jay's been on Twitter as well, backing me up with what I was saying earlier on. Stat-wise, Sander Berge is definitely up there in terms of Premier League, not just Premier League, in one of Europe's top-performing midfielders in terms of challenges and challenges won and win percentage of them challenges. He is a decent player, and honestly, I feel like Manchester United and a lot of fans have turned around to the idea of this now actually being the right way to go forward. Saying no to big prima donna Galactico signings and bringing in players that aren't really of the big billboard category player. Do you know what I mean by that? They're not of that variety. They are the undercard, aren't they? That's what they are. They're like the boxers that you go and watch a big event for, and really, the better fights are the ones on the undercard because there's more there. The top ones are usually the bleeding shows, aren't they? And that's what United have been doing. They've been buying the Galacticos and forgetting about the players that we should have been looking at and properly recruiting and looking into to make sure if they fitted within a system and a squad that United wanted to put in. And then we ended up buying that player when he was worth more money instead of developing that player for us to make money. We are going in the right direction with a lot of our academy players. And you know what? Sander Berge coming into Manchester United, what he does, what he brings, and what he offers United is a lot more than we could probably say for a lot of these players that we are being linked with coming in. Just as much, if any. And it's brilliant that we have now got a fan base turning around to the idea that we can find a gem within the Championship or a team further down in the Premier League. It doesn't necessarily mean buying that top player from a top club is going to work at your football club. I mean, Graham made a great point the other day in arguing with someone in the chat. I remember I seen it come up when they bought Joselu. I mean, Joselu played at Real Madrid and scored one of the most important goals in their season against Bayern Munich to take them through to the final. That guy's played at Newcastle and Stoke, and he's all right for his semi-final bench appearance and scoring the winning goal to take them into the Champions League final, which they in the end won, their 15th trophy. Don't discount the players in smaller, so-called smaller clubs. Don't discount them, because let's not forget, Sander Berge was part of a Burnley team which basically conceded only 2 goals to Manchester United last season. One of them was a goal of the season contender at Turf Moor from Bruno Fernandes. They played us off the park at Old Trafford as well and gave us an absolute nightmare at Turf Moor in that very game I just mentioned. And yes, he was part of that. Oh, and guess what? 37 out of 38 games. Good injury record. Big plus points. He actually walks out on the field. That's what Manchester United need more than anything right now. Players that are actually going to be bleeding available. Welcome to the Members Club. Randy Danster, that is taken from a gifted membership from Andrew Shaw. Andrew, you legend, mate. Thank you so much. And Randy, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club, mate. Bjorn says, I can't believe we will give 25 million and 100 grand a week. He's not worth it. You say he's decent. Why aren't any mediocre teams even in for him? Why haven't they been in the last years at Burnley? Paid 14 million because he was on his last year of his contract from Sheffield United. And who else is in for Agate? Who else is in for a Fofana? Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's not many clubs in. There are other clubs in for Sander Berge, but because he's not this big, highlighted billboard player, like I said, Bjorn, nobody knows about it. And I don't care if nobody knows about it, as long as he fits what is more important, which is what happens on the pitch. That is the big point in all of this. Like Ten Hag is talking about his squad. He's got 2 players for every single position. That's what his squad has got. We need better quality in depth more than squad depth, I feel. We need to make sure that other 11 is better than the first 11. And we have got issues in that department big time at the moment. And it's not going to get any better. It doesn't look like it's going to get any better in terms of reliability anyway. But yeah, just to go over the 2 headlines again, the main headlines at the start. Jonathan Tah and the Leverkusen situation is this, that Plettenberg from Sky Germany has said, Florian Plettenberg that is, has said that Bayer Leverkusen have set Bayern Munich a deadline of 12 o'clock tonight to come to them with a genuine guarantee that Jonathan Tah is going to be a Bayern Munich player. Whether or not that prompts them into dealing with Manchester United and trying to get that deal done, we don't know, but it can only help Manchester United move forward. They are sticking to their valuation. They are not going to up their bid for De Ligt. So the communications between the clubs and what Plettenberg and what Romano and what all of the other journalists have been saying, being good and productive, I think is really going to get put to the test over the next few days, it would seem. Because Bayern Munich are just going to come up against a Ineos brick wall again. Yeah, we can talk about Bayern Munich's stance, but at the end of the day, Manchester United probably do have other targets. We don't know about them that much. You could talk about Chalobah and other players like that. But Bayern Munich are all set on Jonathan Tah. They want Leverkusen that guarantee that Bayern Munich are 100% in for him. Otherwise, the deal is off. So will Bayern Munich come forward to United and start making a move? We will see. It's going to be, like I said, hopefully a friendly sort of engagement between the 2 clubs, but it could turn sour very, very quickly. That's all we're saying. Sander Berge apparently is in the offing 100 grand a week. I didn't touch on Bjorn's comment before. I don't think he's going to be on 100 grand a week. I don't think he'd be anywhere near that, personally. I think that was just been inflated. I'd be amazed if he was. I'd be amazed if he was. For United negotiating the deal for this player and then putting him on 100k. He's nowhere near that right now. So, yes, but apparently United are looking on a package, including add-ons, to be 25 million. So I'm guessing that's about 20 mil with maybe 5 million add-ons. That's the reported sort of fee going in for Sander Berge at the moment. So they're the top 2 transfer stories, especially for the Manchester United incomings at the moment. Make of them what you will, and get your comments in on them in the chat as well, guys. I want to move on to what's going on with Manchester United injuries. Oh my God, like seriously, it is an absolute joke. Let's just go through the situation as it is. If you haven't heard Ten Hag's press conference earlier on, guys, then this is what has been said. So obviously, first question ever in every single Manchester United press conference for Ten Hag is, who the bleeding hell is fit, Eric? Have you got anyone to play with? I'm sick of injury news at top, but it's here again. So, international duty this summer. We all know who played. Let's just see. Wan-Bissaka did not play. Harry Maguire did not play. Victor Lindelof, no show, did not play. And obviously, Luke Shaw came in. How many minutes did he play? Like, let's just go with Luke Shaw. He is the headline. If you wasn't watching the show earlier on at lunchtime today, I got word from someone at United that within the setup at United, who always gives us up-to-date injury news on everything. He's not so much the transfer guru. He did tell us about McTominay being open to a move, but only if the club had got what they wanted and it was a good move for him. That is still the case, by the way. But he also informs us of a lot of injury news and updates us quite a lot on this. And Luke Shaw, they are worried about him. I asked the question straight out. This was before the press conference early on. I asked the question straight out. I said, look, is it fitness or is it an injury? And his words back to me were, the way that they're talking and the way that they're putting this message across is that it's another injury. And United are actively trying to cover it up to not make a big deal out of it because they know the reaction that the fan base would have to this news again. And it is what I've seen on social media. Like, Luke Shaw is a waste of time. He's not played for us since the middle of February, so he's had 4 months off, near enough. Come to England, played 170 minutes for England, had a holiday, come back to United, not kicked a ball yet, and now he's out injured again. What is it with this guy? Seriously. Someone said in the chat there, if Luke Shaw is injured again, it's time to go. We're stuck with him. He is never going to get sold by Man United because who the hell in their right mind is going to spend any money on Luke Shaw? He's entering his 30s. His recovery time is going to get slower and slower and slower. And he is going to end up being one of them if players. And you know what? We've heard a lot of rumours recently that it's a issue with that horrific broken leg that he suffered back when Van Gaal was in charge, which completely derailed his whole career. And something along them lines, that would be massively concerning for Luke Shaw. He's got bad hamstring issues. He's had reoccurrences of that leg break as well, which is not good. Saeed's there saying cancel the contract. And he only just signed a new deal, didn't he? I think he's got 3 years left to run. That's painful. Don't quote me on that. I think the contract is 2 or 3 years left to run for Luke Shaw, somewhere around that one. But you've got to look at Luke Shaw right now and Manchester United's issue right there. That is like number one. Let's move across to Victor Lindelof. What have you been doing, Victor? Like, seriously. Oh, there might be rumours that I might be leaving Manchester United this... Oh, what's up? I've hurt my knee. Sorry, I can't play. That's it. Oh, cancel the transfers. Cancel the offers that are coming in. Bad knee. Shut up, mate. That's an absolute joke. What has he offered all pre-season? He's been off on holiday. He hardly plays towards the back end of the season. He gets a full pre-season... Full season off, full holiday, comes back on pre-season, and then he's out again. Why? What is going on? Like, as soon as they put that Manchester United training jersey on, that's it. Gone. Crocked. Every single time. It's starting to really wind me up at the moment. Look, I've got patience for the Ineos and the transfer situation right now. Full patience for it. I completely understand it, as you guys know. But this just absolutely boils my piss. Honestly, the injuries at this football club are an absolute farce. Harry Maguire, another one. Oh yeah, it's another player that could have been moved on this summer. What's happening? No, he's injured. Again. Look, I do have a little bit of sympathy for Maguire. Like, he would have played in the Euros. He has always been available for Manchester United. His injury record up to this point for Harry Maguire, to be fair to him, and I need to separate him a little bit from the others that we're talking about here, has been exemplary. He has been fit most of the time while he's been at Manchester United, and it goes to show the amount of games that he's had. I did talk about Harry Maguire early on, about some muppets actually slagging him off about what he's worth and what he's cost Manchester United. Yeah, because he's played no games, has he? We bought someone in, and he's just took a wage and done nothing for 5 years. Idiots. But, yeah, I do have a little bit of sympathy for Harry on this one. He has always been there, wants to play constantly, has turned down moves away, and has put himself on the line. And he wants to take the criticism. He's taken a lot of criticism at Manchester United, and he's taken it on the chin, and now injuries are really sort of scuppering him. The problem we've got with Harry Maguire is, and I don't know if he is going to be one of this category of players that Phil Brown have filled everyone in on this triggered 1 year extension type of contract where they get a massive chunk, some saying half of what the sell-on fee is, if he goes through this window into the next season, because that would be triggered if United want to next summer. So we're in a position where we're not going to give Harry Maguire a new contract. We know that's certain. We could trigger it, but then we've got the issue with trying to sell him on. We can't sell him this summer because he's now injured, it would seem. And really, United are struggling to get any centre-backs in at all. We talked about Fish being out from the academy for 6 weeks now after that ligament issue that he had in pre-season as well. All in all, Manchester United right now, we're up shit creek without a paddle when it comes to injuries. We really are. And you're just hoping that you're going to be able to get anyone on the pitch again right now. And it's exactly the same as where we left off. Scraping players together. Players that are probably not good enough or past it or just clinging on to their last bits of their footballing career, like Johnny Evans, no disrespect, but seriously, if we are having to rely on a 37-year-old ahead of all of these so-called fit younger players, then them players who are injured need to have a good long look at themselves and how they look after themselves and how they prepare. Because Johnny Evans has set the example right there. Let's just see. Right, let's just checking through some headlines on everything else that Ten Hag has said as well, guys, from this press conference today. Ten Hag on Manchester United's next signings. This was an interesting one. We know what we are doing. Do you? Okay. We are in a good position with the squad and just wait. Patience and the right moment, we will tell you. So, it's, to be honest, from that, that's the most confidence of detailed answer I've ever heard Ten Hag come back with when it comes to something like this in transfers. Flash Talks, thanks for that super chat, mate. Appreciate it, buddy. And we will tell you when the deals are done. So, they have to be close. Whichever deals they are. I think the ones he's alluding to are 100% the Ligt and the Mazraoui deals. They have to be. Whether or not, I bet anyone at United is just chomping at the bit to let everybody know about Wan-Bissaka and where they're at with that situation. We touched on that earlier on the so-called 7 million payout. And he's another one right now who isn't going to be available this weekend. Like, what the hell is going on? It's madness. So United's fit defenders right now, as it is, just to go into that quickly, are Dello, Lisandro Martinez, Johnny Evans, and we're probably looking at Harry Amas. That's United's back four. And he probably will have to play Amas. Knowing Ten Hag, he'll probably move something around and we'll end up with a midfielder playing at the back against Manchester City. We'll see what he does with it. But Ten Hag responding, going back to that and his other question on signings coming in. We are in a position, we are comfortable in the position we're in. Patience, we will let you know in good time with players that are coming in. We have a good squad. No, we don't have a good squad because we can't keep any of them fit. He's always talked about injuries. He constantly goes on about injuries, and he has done again in recent interviews and then the press conference. Everybody has to be fit for this squad to work. So, really, if the squad is never fit, the squad is not good enough. And you've got players there now that you know are never going to be able to recover to meet the demands of what Ten Hag wants from them because it's catching up with them all. You've got, Maguire 30s, Lindelof 30s, Luke Shaw 30s, injured, never performed to the highest level while they were fit, that need to be moved on, that we can't move on. That's the issue that we've got right now. And you know what? In time, they will all be gone and Manchester United will be a better outfit. But like I've said on many shows, we need to be in the Champions League. These players need to turn up this season and give more. They need to give everything for Ten Hag this season and get Manchester United over the line and into the Champions League. Because if we do get there, we'll have that money to spend. And getting rid of these deadwood players at a loss will be subsidised a little bit. And that's the important thing to take from it, I think, in all of this. It's an absolute bombshell of a press conference today from Ten Hag in how these players are not fit anymore. I just don't understand how these players can be injured again, having had a full pre-season off. Ten Hag talks about recovery, sorting the pre-season tour out so it suits the players better, giving the players a better chance to recover and be fit. And these players that haven't done anything all summer are now injured without kicking a ball. Some of these players need to have a long, hard look at themselves and wonder why they're getting criticised by the fan base. What are they doing in pre-season to be injured constantly all of the time? It's an absolute joke. It's a travesty. It's ridiculous that we're having to deal with this constantly every single season now. And it does. It's the one thing that really annoys me. I'm sick of it. And every single fan that I've seen, like, they're all fed up of him. Like, Luke Shaw's name. Honestly, you might as well just put Luke Shaw's name and a red cross next to it. That's what it's always constantly going to be. Luke Shaw. Crocked. Every single time. And do you know what? I like Luke Shaw. I love him as a player. But I can't take him seriously anymore. I can't even look at him and say, that's a player that we can rely on. I tried to do it all the way through the summer. Talking about Luke Shaw being available, fit now, having trained with England all summer, played some games, he's match fit again. Like, come on. Again, that United training top, as soon as it goes on, every single niggle under the sun comes out, doesn't it? Let's get into some of your comments. The fake injuries so they don't play and don't leave. It's all about wages, mate. All this deadwood will leave on a free. That's the only solution. I don't care anymore. Honestly, I understand what Ineos are trying to do and trying to get as much money as they possibly can out of these deals. But right now, I just look at it and go, just get them out of it. I'm sick of the faces. The contracts are down. If we can't get any money, unfortunately, we're saving wages. That's it. But again, I go back, like, give us something. Actually, just give us one last season. Get us over that line into the top 4 by hook or by crook. I don't care how we perform, just get in there to that top 4 so we can start moving forward again. Ten Hag is not going to be able to implement the style of play. He said it in his press conference today. No, it was an interview actually beforehand. How do you want people to look at your football team? What do you want them to see and call your team? What is your philosophy? And Ten Hag's response to this was, my philosophy is clear. When we have everybody fit, again, that always comes into the response. My style is to dominate the opposition in different ways. Dominate the game of football in every department. We haven't done that once under Ten Hag while he's been here. 2 years of Ten Hag, we've never dominated the game once. Whether that is because of injuries and never having his fully fit squad or the types of players that he wants, he did also come back in that question and say, look, I have to adapt, though, to the players that we've got. So he's basically saying in one sentence that we've got a good squad and we're in a good place. But when it comes to style of play, he cannot implement anything because he hasn't got the right profile or good enough players. So he is calling out Ineos in a way to get a move on and try and get something done. Because United are nowhere near ready for this season. We would hopefully, and I'm still confident, I've said it on both streams today, that we will win at least 2 of these games. I think 7 points is a minimum from the first 3 games for United. And all of these issues go away. Like, get 7 points from Fulham, Liverpool and Brighton. Get a couple more players in midfield, maybe 2 more defenders, and then everything looks a lot rosier moving forward. God knows who we're going to be able to get rid of. But I tell you what, like, what are we on now? So we're on the 10th this weekend when we play City. When we come back next Monday, 12th of August, and we're looking at what's there. We're looking at 19 days left of the transfer window. It is going to be an absolute whirlwind, isn't it? Let's get back to some of the other stuff that's come out of that press conference, guys, actually. Because I think it's about time that we started talking about football again. I'm looking forward to what we can expect. Ten Hag on whether Lisandro Martinez will play. We are thinking about Licht's involvements in this match. Well, he has to play because there's no one bleeding else. And it's a shame that we're having to risk running Ligt straight back in, having only had a full week of training. And it's not even proper training because everybody else is injured or not fit. It's an absolute joke because Ligt is the linchpin to this whole defence and this team, in fact. Without him, Manchester United underperform. With him, he's a leader and everybody feeds off that. And now he's being rushed back in simply because we've got no one else. Oh, God, it's bad. Ten Hag on the Community Shield. We always want to win, including friendlies. It's a trophy. We will field a very competitive team to win this trophy. It's all pre-season. We won't take big risks with players. So it's a trophy. We're always looking to win. We're going to put a competitive team out, but it is still pre-season. We won't take big risks with players. I don't know. It's like a couple of contradictions within itself there, that one. Ten Hag on whether he wants to strengthen the midfield. I don't go into details or what we are working on. We know what we are doing. We are in a good position with the squad, and we just have to wait. Be patient, and at the right time, we will tell you. That was what we just spoke about a minute ago. And this was the one that came out. Ten Hag on whether to sell to buy in terms of United's position in the transfer market now and how much money we've got. We have a group where every position is doubled, and we still can't get a decent defence out on the pitch. It is mad, isn't it? It is absolutely crazy. When you look at Manchester United's side, when you look at what we've got, the squad depth and everything like that, you just earmark the teams out. And what we've got, you could put 2 teams out there, definitely. So, for instance, Anana, Ligt, Yoro, Dalot, Shaw, backline, Mainu, Casemiro, Fernandes, up front, Garnacho, Rashford, and Højlund. Again, looking at that, you could go back and put another team on the pitch of Bayndeh, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Malacia. Midfield, you could have Mount, McTominay, Eriksen, Sancho, Xerxes, and Anthony up front. And do you know what I mean? Realistically, you've not even got Ahmad in there. You've not got Palestri in there right now. There's a few players missing there. So we just laid out there 2 full 11s of what Manchester United have got right now without any more signings. United should have enough to deal with what's in front of them. We should. But it's the quality of the players. And are these players actually behind Ten Hag? I said it before. They need to just pull up trees this season and really show what they're worth. Honestly, you look at opposition, you look at people that are looking in at Manchester United players right now. They'll probably be looking at this season and going, this is where we can really judge the Man United players. They've got 1 year left. Are they chasing the money? Are they really footballers? Are they looking for that one big last paycheck? And no one is going to want them, because every little sign that's come out of everything from United right now is that these players are just chasing the coin. They don't care about anything else. And unfortunately, that's the situation we're in with this team. Erik Ten Hag, training methods are the problem. Adam says Andrew. Worst team than last season, says Gabriel. Well, at least Ligt is actually going to be available. Dalot, yeah, honestly, Shaw being out, I was sort of banking on Shaw being available for Manchester United. How stupid am I? And then we would have had a better team, I think, but still, yeah, he's let us down. Almost 400 likes, guys. Keep liking the video, please. Everybody in the chat right now, just give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We are moving fast. Keep the likes coming in. We are just creeping up to 400 now. I wanted 700 for the video in total, so we're already over the halfway mark while we're live, which is amazing. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Rashford, Xerxes, Ahmad as a front 3 is actually top 3 in the league. That should get us top 4 alone this season. I don't know about Rashford, Blitz. I would rather have Garnacho in that one, to be honest. And don't count out Højlund just yet. Another one, 15 minutes in, having had injury-free summer, injured for Manchester United. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. What is this curse with this United shirt? You could actually bring Euro into that. Full pre-season, fully rested, into United, 2 games in, out. 3 months. Højlund, same. Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, same. I can't believe that Mason Mount's available. Out of everything, Ten Hag has been talking about Mason Mount having a very, very important season. Last season, obviously, blighted by injuries, but now we're looking ahead and going that we've got Mason Mount available now, and hopefully we can get a consistent season out of him, because he could be key for United this season. We have to be patient, play the kids where possible, and next summer there is a bigger budget and contracts will end. We will not need a tire lever to get them out. True. I'm convinced they're not injured but telling lies, says David. 8 days until Prem starts. Work faster, Ineos, says Gabriel. Gabriel's run out of patience. Adam, if he hears you, he will break a leg. Yeah, please don't, Mason. Please don't. I'm touching everything. Just stay fit, for God's sake. Someone needs to stay fit. Told you, Adam, bring back the Umbro-inspired green and gold kits, and we be number 1 again. Yeah. God, we could have players from them days in right now. Them players are probably injured, but never shown it. Do you want me to sing the entire song I made up the other day while walking through Walmart for everyone? It's entirely up to you. Go for it. Go for it, Kristen. What else have we got in here? Our team is a greedy gang of leeches. I'm embarrassed to have them in our team. Don't they feel any shame? That's from Bjorn. A lot of people have said exactly the same. Like Babs' words from that Sheffield United game. Just ringing in my ears right now. Overpaid, overprivileged, prima donnas. Like, oh, God. It just feels that way right now, doesn't it? It does. It does. But, guys, look, that is your evening roundup done. Will anything else happen tonight? Well, we'll see at 12 o'clock. Well, I don't think the Tar situation with Leverkusen is going to affect us too much, but maybe something comes from it. I just want to say a massive thank you again to all the mods and members in the chats for organising everything. All the new members, 6 new members tonight, super chats, everyone who liked the video, thank you. Keep liking it before we finish, guys. Absolutely immense. We've had well over 1,000 in the room for most part of the video. I love that. That is the 3rd video today that's had over 1,000 in the room consistently all the way through. Amazing numbers and great support again for the channel, guys. Love it. Please do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure that you have that notification bell button pressed on so you don't miss out anything. We cover every single bit of news in all detail, from the lowest source right away to the top dogs. We've got you covered, guys. And you know what else is good about it? We let you get your comments in as well. Everybody's voice. Everybody's voice. Let's do it, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for being involved. Again, I will see you all in the morning unless something breaks tonight. We'll see. I could do with a bit of a rest, so maybe a night off will be good. But, hey, guys, absolute legends. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening, people.